We are at Norristown Area High School Gymnasium, a JV wrestling meet between Norristown Eagles and Penn Ridge. On the mats, we have 125-pounders, Song Oh-han versus Brian McKee. We have just started the first period. Sean O'Kee of Norristown had the takedown and is presently wrestling in the position of advantage. Each time they move out of the circle, of course, the whistle referee blows out of bounds. The Penn Ridge wrestler is attempting a stand-up escape. Now the Penn Ridge wrestler had a reversal which gains him 2 points, bringing the score to 2 points for each wrestler. McKee is using an ankle ride. Now he has a tight waist, hooking the left arm, trying to keep the Norristown wrestler down on the mat. He has a tight waist ankle. There are several ways of scoring in a wrestling match. The first, of course, is the takedown. When they start from a neutral position where both wrestlers are standing facing one another, the one who brings his opponent to the mat is awarded 2 points. If a wrestler escapes from the bottom position, which is often called the position of disadvantage, an escape is worth 1 point. Okay, the Norristown wrestler just achieved an escape, so he receives 1 point and is presently leading 3-2. Okay, and that is the end of the first period with Norristown ahead 3-2. Okay, now they have the choice of choosing either the top or the bottom position or deferring their choice. Norristown has deferred the choice, and the Penn Ridge wrestler has chosen the bottom. Okay, the Norristown wrestler is still in control, putting in a half Nelson, pressure on the head. Now he's controlling the wrist and trying to put a half in on the other side. All right, now the Penn Ridge wrestler has secured a reversal, so he is awarded 2 points, and now he is bringing the Norristown wrestler towards his back. Points will be awarded if his back is below 45 degrees for 2 seconds. Okay, the referee is holding his fingers with 2 points. He will not decide whether it's 2 or 3 points until the series is over. Penn Ridge had the man in the cradle. Now he has switched to a headlock. Now the Penn Ridge wrestler was awarded 3 points, but now the Norristown man has managed to reverse him and gain 2 points. So now it is a 6-5 match with Penn Ridge ahead by 1 point. Now Norristown is turning the Penn Ridge wrestler, and the referee is signaling 2 points at the moment. If he gets the count to 5, it will become 3 points. All right, the period ends. All right, the Norristown wrestler was awarded 3 points for a near fall and now is leading the match 8-6. Okay. Since the Norristown wrestler deferred in the second period, he now has the option of deciding position for the third. He has chosen the bottom position, often called the position of disadvantage. And the Norristown wrestler is trying to perform a stand-up, and he was successful with this escape, so he gains 1 point. Now he goes in on legs, a double leg takedown, has gotten the takedown, so he gets 2 points for that. And he momentarily had the Penn Ridge wrestler toward his back, and the referee began a count. When the wrestler's shoulder blades are in contact with the mat for 2 full seconds, a pin would be awarded. All right, now the referee awarded 3 points for the near fall, placing Norristown ahead 14-6 with a little over a minute remaining in the match. Song Ohan is doing very well at keeping the Penn Ridge wrestler flattened out. Okay, potentially dangerous hold. The arm was up above a 45-degree angle across the back, so they stopped the match with 34 seconds, and they will start again with the Penn Ridge wrestler on the bottom and the Norristown wrestler in the position of advantage, or the top position. The Norristown wrestler is trying to trip the Penn Ridge wrestler to the mat. Okay, now there has been a reversal, and all of a sudden the Norristown man is on the bottom, and the score turns with only 1 second remaining. And the final score of the match was 14 for Song Ohan and 8 for Brian McKee. So the Norristown wrestler wins the match. This wins 3 points for Norristown in the team score. Now we have Bill Kosha of Norristown against Darren Frank of Penn Ridge at 130 pounds. The periods are each 2 minutes long. There's 3 2-minute periods. You see the boys are starting in a neutral or stand-up position. Now the Penn Ridge wrestler is in on a leg. He has the leg tight. And Kosha of Norristown is trying to wrestle defensively. All right. Kosha has managed to secure the takedown, so he is awarded 2 points. He's attempting to put on a cradle. He's a little far out front. He stepped outside the circle, so the referee stops the action. Now the Penn Ridge will be on the bottom. Bill Kosha for Norristown on top. Okay, the Penn Ridge wrestler sat out, managed an escape, and picked up 1 point, and then immediately went in for the takedown. So Darren Frank is now leading the match 3-2. Okay, he's attempting to put the Norristown wrestler into a cradle, and it appears as though he does have his hands locked up. Now this puts the Norristown wrestler in a precarious position. If you can see the referee's hand, he gave 2 back points. So that moves the score to 5-2. Favor Penn Ridge. Okay. There's 10 seconds remaining in the first period. Kosha will attempt to get an escape or some form of getting points here in the last 10 seconds. Okay, there were no back points awarded because he did not reach the count of 2. Now it appears as though the Penn Ridge wrestler was awarded the choice, and he took top. All right, he immediately puts on a half Nelson and turns the Norristown wrestler Bill Kosha to his back. Now Kosha had managed 2 more back points have been awarded, bringing the score to 7-2. Okay, the wrestlers go out of bounds, and they return to the center of the circle with Kosha on the bottom. All right, Darren Frank at present is pretty much in control. He has Kosha flattened out, which in wrestling terminology is breaking the man down. Now he's again working for a cradle and appears again to have the cradle locked in. Now Kosha has managed to get back on his base and is in fact turning up, standing up and attempting to turn in, but he went out of bounds before it could be accomplished. All right, Darren has the half Nelson in and has Kosha in a tough position on the mat. And he's not really utilizing his arms to help himself. He is arching strongly, keeping up on his head. But the Penn Ridge wrestler has a very good half Nelson in. And it is very close to being a fall. You notice his legs scissoring over. All right, 3 more back points have been awarded. Norristown goes into the third period losing 10-3. It chooses neutral. And Penn Ridge is in on the legs. Seems to be pulling the legs in. Kosha will have to go to his base, which he did. Now the score is 12-3. Kosha has to try to get to his base. Now he's working up. And the wrestlers go out of bounds. Kosha is again in a very threatening position on his back. The weight of the Penn Ridge wrestler is right across his chest. He manages to get out of it. 3 back points are awarded, bringing the score to 15-3, but now finally the shoulder blades were down for 2 seconds and a pin or fall was recorded by Darren Frank at 130 pounds for Penn Ridge, defeating Bill Kosha. The next match was to be Rob Perkins against Brian Palmer. All right, now we see Rob Perkins coming up against Brian Palmer. Apparently there was a forfeit match in between.